Yeah, it's me. I don't do these things very often. You have to forgive the way I look. I've not been to bed all night, and I'm just back from getting my husband to work. Last night, GMan did something really bad. He doxed the real name and the phone number of Hannah. He gave out Drag's phone number. He gave out Kyle's phone number. He revealed my middle name. And he threatened to dox my husband. Yeah. GMan went on a mass doxing last night. He's also threatened to dox Red's Rhetoric. My husband isn't even on G+. He takes no part in G+. Why threaten to dox my husband? Now, apparently all this came about because Dragnot had a hangout with GMan's name in the title. And we hadn't called Drag out for this. Well, no shit, Sherlock. I was in my bed. I'm in the UK. I'm 5 hours ahead of you. I couldn't get to sleep. So I got up to make some hot milk. And while I was drinking, I thought, oh, we'll see what's going on. And walked right into that. GMan didn't just go full GMan. He went postal. So we have all these people now doxed, including my middle name. I'm not happy. And I know where he got it from. There's so many on my passport. Now he put up an apology video. And it was pretty much a non-apology. It was a bunch of excuses mixed with insults. Again. And then true empiricism started. Oh, no, sorry. Before true empiricism started his hangout, a bunch of us were in a hangout hosted by Drag. And GMan came in. And this is after his apology, supposedly. And he came in ranting. Absolutely ranting. And he was actually given a chance. Because you see, there are a number of us who have actually called out what has been happening to GMan, what with prank phone calls, etc. We called that out. We said, don't do this. It's not right. Don't do it. And last night in the live chat of GMan's hangout, while he was busy doxing everybody, there was good old true empiricism. Asking if I had called out the scumbags who had made the prank phone calls to GMan. For your information, true empiricism, yes, I had. In fact, I'd called them out even before you made your first video demanding that people call them out. Did you call out your pal GMan? You want me and everybody else to call out people in public while you do nothing. You do nothing at all. GMan was booted from Dragnot's hangout because there was no talking to him. And anybody who wants to see the way he behaved, just go and look at it. It was appalling. He wasn't in for long. I didn't get to ask him why he was threatening to dox my husband. And as everybody knows, my husband hasn't been well. He's recovering from a stroke. And I had to break the news to him this morning that there's a possibility that he might be doxed. He's not even on G+. He's not part of this. He's never been part of this. But GMan thought, oh, it'd be fine to threaten to dox him. It's not fine. Neither is it fine to give out my middle name. And your apology was nothing. Your apology was worth nothing. In his going postal last night, he also threatened to expose Mrs. Dragonaut and give out her phone number. And he also threatened to give out information on little Dragonaut, who I don't think is even 10 years old. Yet these are the threats he made last night. Now, after he got booted out of Dragonaut's hangout, True Empiricism started a hangout. And in went GMan. And all this supposed contrition, nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be seen at all. There was True Empiricism, cheering him on. And Vekel went in and Spoken went in. Now, I hadn't watched True Empiricism's hangout, but as far as I can gather, not one of them called him out on his mass doxing. Not one of them. But they're busy telling everybody else, oh, you must call out the Garys. You must call out this bad behaviour. And then they supported GMan with his mass doxing. Yeah. Now, I can't go back and verify this. Because, like the blithering idiot that he is, GMan managed, deliberately, to put the join link to True Empiricism's hangout in the live chat. Why? Well, you see, Ronnie had gone AWOL. Sorry, True Empiricism had gone AWOL. And they wanted to end the hangout. But they couldn't. So GMan put out a call in the live chat for somebody to come and snipe them. And he put the join link in the live chat. And somebody porn bombed the hangout. Now, you know me. I'll call out any porn bombing. It's not on. You just don't do it. Public service announcement. People, please do not porn bomb. Having said that, the video has been removed for porn and nudity. YouTube took it down. And while I am utterly against porn bombing, all I can say about that is because you see, you've encouraged this behaviour in your pal. Even last night, you couldn't call him out when he doxed people. He doxed Kyle. He put Kyle's phone number out. He doxed Hannah's real name. And he then held up his phone with her name on it and her phone number. What is stored in his phone. He did the same with Kyle's number. It's stored in the phone. So we all saw that as well. Now, he took that video down. But shame is, he made the video. And he should know better. He put his own name out there in a video. And it would have all been forgotten about. Except he decided to falsely accuse Alex Botten of having cyber-stalked him to find out his real name. And Alex tried to explain, no, you gave out your name. GMan wouldn't believe him. And then Vekel played the offending video by GMan in a live hangout and proved that Alex Botten was telling the truth. And GMan had doxed himself. We've never heard the end of this. He will not accept it's his own fault. He doxed where he worked. In a hangout, he walked outside to accost random strangers. And he showed the shop signage, which is the name, the street address, and the phone number of the business. Person involved actually took that hangout down, edited it out, and re-uploaded it so that it wouldn't dox GMan. I think it was Dragonaut that was hosting it. I'm not sure. It might have been Tom Rabbit. What did GMan do about that one? Given the trouble that people went to say you're doxing yourself and editing videos. Recently, GMan said it was Dragnaut that doxed his place of work. No, it wasn't. It was GMan. It gets even better. 9 months ago, he did the same thing again. He wandered out of the shop. You can see this shop signage. Yeah. I sent him a private message. You've doxed yourself again. Nothing. I tried to get the attention of his friends. Please tell GMan he's doxed himself. The only response I got was from Spoken, who said, that's his problem, not mine. That's his pal, Spoken. It's his problem, not mine. Anyway, he doesn't care if people know where he works. And then he lambasted me for daring to try and bring this to someone's attention. I checked recently. His own video where he redoxed his place of work is still on his channel. It's still there. So it's hardly surprising. He's done this damage to himself, and now he's lashing out at everybody else. Not having it. Not having it at all. When you behave like an idiot, people are going to be idiots back to you. And GMan's learning this by the lorry load now. He's spent years on here abusing people. It's time it stopped. It's time it stopped. I'm going to ask GMan's friends. Have a look at GMan. Have a look at him. He's a monster. And you lot created him. Because you sat back and you cheered him on when he was sticking it to the atheists or the not real Christians, didn't you? You encouraged him. And every time you encouraged him, he went that wee bit further. Back in, I think it was March, around about March time, when he started going after Jade, a number of us got in touch with his friends to say, he's going too far. Please, you need to talk to him. Some of us even got in touch and said, please help your friend. He's obviously in a bad place. They did nothing. And he spiraled out of control over the last few months. So yeah, when you look at GMan, you look at the monster he has become. And then remind yourselves that you created that monster. You created him. Because you never reined him in. Oh, you claim you did it privately. That's no use to anybody. And obviously it didn't work. You needed to go public and call him out and stop this before it reached the awful position that it has now reached. GMan's lost his job because his workplace was out there. Do you still think he doesn't care, Spoken? I tried to get you to help him. It wasn't your business, not your problem, he said. I have a video on my channel showing all of your comments. Do you think GMan cares now? Do you think you realise the role you played in that? No, I bet you don't. I bet you don't. And do you know the worst thing about this? Well, I'll say the worst thing, the daftest thing about it. I've never used GMan's name. Not even in New York. I called him GMan. Because that's who he is to me. People who've used his real name in my hangouts, I've torn a strip off them. And I've told them to do it again and they're out. If I'm in a hangout that I'm not hosting and somebody used his real name, I would say, please don't do that. No more. No more. Because you put my middle name out there. And you threatened to dox my husband. And I have tried to stop people using your name. Now, I've got wee notes here. I'm getting on. I forget things. GMan's apology. Even when apologising, here's a problem we have. He can't undox anybody. He can't take it back. Just like he can't apologise to Jade now. It's gone too far. And if yes, I hear that they are now accusing me of sexually assaulting GMan. I goosed him. In other words, I went pinch on his bum. That was it. I also goosed Hannah. I goosed Redline. I goosed Drag. We were all having a great time. And GMan even made a video saying that I didn't. This is when Shani started with it, saying that I had committed adultery for goosing GMan. GMan made a video about this, saying no, that wasn't true. But just recently, Shani let the cat out of the bag. It was GMan that put her up to it. She'll have taken that one down. But now they're saying I sexually assaulted GMan. Yeah. That's why GMan's apologies are worth nothing. I've tried to protect his name. Make sure that, people don't use his name in my hangouts. I asked them not to use his name in other hangouts. In TST, I've said, oh, come on, JD, don't do that. Yeah. And what do I get? This. I sexually assaulted him. Yeah. Right. I'm sorry, but no. Just no. So anyway, one thing I'm going to suggest is that from now on, yeah, Gary, it's Phony Beatlemaniacs. Yes, I know he's threatened to drop my spouse. That's one of the reasons I'm really angry. So, I hope everybody remembers that GMan is a doxer. GMan is a doc dropper. GMan went live on air last night and he was making the threats. And then he said, no, I know what I'm going to do. And he stopped that hangout and he went live in the second one with the express intention of doxing people. That's what he did last night. Now, I've racked my brains about this one, and I've asked a couple of people, can they remember a mass doxing that involved as many people before? And the only one MD came up with was, I think Shadow mentioned Happy Cabby, and he had doxed, I think it was either 3 or 4 people in one go. GMan seems to have broken that record. People have been ostracised from the community for much less. Much, much less. And I'm going to say to people now, there is no place for GMan in this online community. I can only say how I feel about this. I would hope that others agreed with me, but I'm not going to insist you must agree with me. GMan should be shunned. Utterly shunned. His videos shouldn't be watched. Nobody should be in his live chat. Nobody should leave comments. Having said that, there's so many people blocked. There's not really a lot going on in the live chat in the comments. He should be utterly, not just ignored, ostracised. He should be told in video after video after video, your arse has been kicked out of this community because of what you did with Hannah, with Kyle, with Dragnot, with Jade, with Ms. Star, with me, and everybody else. We've had threats of violence, hammers and guns and all the rest of it. It's going to turn up on Hannah's doorstep again last night. No. Just gonna no do that. Just gonna no. Because he's taken this too far. And all because Drag put his name in the title of his hangout. Now, that was a one-man hangout. There was nobody else in it when this happened. But everybody else has to get punished for this. And we've been told. Yeah, we've been told. If you're annoyed at getting doxed, blame Dragonaut. No, GMan, you did it yourself. Don't make excuses. Don't try and shift the blame to Drag. Drag put your name in it. Well, you've been saying his name, so you can't really complain. Haven't you? You said Dragonaut's name. You can't complain. So we all need to remember this. GMan is a doxer. GMan has more information on me. If and when he's going to release it, I don't know. His apology to me? Nothing. Worth nothing. It was false. And if he's then gone on to accuse me of sexual assault for goosing him, my God, what a special little snowflake he is. Oh, yeah, snowflake. He needs to grow a thicker skin. Get the fuck off the internet. Yes, I used a sweary word. And go and find something better to do with his time. Like playing tig with the traffic. Or going and pooing floors, or going away and scratching his summit. Because this, what he did last night, and what his friends failed to do last night, is a disgrace. To have true empiricism in the live chat asking me, have you called out these scumbags? While not calling out GMan in the live chat of the very hangout where he was doing the doxing. Yeah. Totally oblivious. That's his middle name. True oblivious empiricism. Veckel didn't know what happened. GMan explained to him exactly what he had done, who he had doxed, and how he had doxed them. Never heard Veckel condemn that. But they want everybody else to condemn anything that happens to GMan that GMan doesn't like. But they're not willing to say a thing. Well, I've got news for you lot. People on this side of the community, they did condemn it. Long before you made your condemnation videos. Oh, please, please, people, you must condemn this or you're just as bad as. Yeah, by the time you got round to making that video, people had condemned it. You were a little bit late. You missed the bus. And for you to be in the live chat of a hangout where the doxing is taking place and say nothing, but still be whining on about, you didn't call out the scumbags. Yeah, we did. How many times do we need to do it? Is saying that I'm against it not enough? Do I need to hop on a plane, fly over and shout at the person that did it? I don't even know who did it. I mean, come on, seriously, people. If you can't get your pal in line, then don't be demanding that anybody else gets people in line. If you can't do it, why should anybody else? I've done it. Even after he went after Jade, I was still saying, don't use his name. I was furious with him. I was still saying, don't use his name. Even after he started putting up hangouts, bad mouthing her after she died, I was still saying, don't use his name. And I was even more furious with him by that point. In fact, I've pointed out if he dares to attempt to attend Jay's memorial, I will keelhaul him on the boat and then hand him over to the others. But I still wouldn't say his name. But he better stay away from me. He better stay far away from me. Because I've had enough. He's done this to me for years. He's done it to others for years. And recently, we've noticed the pattern. He goes after females. That's what he does. Because he's a big girl's blouse. He's all mouth and no trousers. He's a coward. He calls our behaviour in New York cowardice. The rest of us call it manners and courtesy. But anyway, I'm rambling here. I am rambling. Yeah, I said keel hauled. You throw them off one side of the ship on a rope and you pull them under the keel and up the other side. That's keel hauling. I'm just wondering what he said about Jackie last night. Because I have missed bits of this. But anyway, what I do know is this. To GMan's pals, you created this monster. Now deal with it.